Hello guys. How are you? This is Teacher Polite, and today we want to look at Mapwork, just revision, preparing for our second term exams. So let's get started. And first of all, I don't take credit as to the things that we are going to be using. These are past um, question papers that I'm just going to use for us for the sake of this revision. So this is a past question paper from 2022. So we want to do the matching here. Question 1. Match column B to column A. Write only the letter of the answer you have chosen in the answer table provided. Example 1.1a. So following instructions is also one of the very most important things that you have to do in the exam. So let's look at this. We have question 1.1, column A. So column A is 0 degrees, 0 degrees. So where does these coordinates meet? Because if it's 0 degrees, 0 degrees, it means it's 0 degrees north or south and 0 degrees east or west. So where does this coordinate lead us to? So this will be in the exam and they don't have a map. So you should know. Let's look at this. Continues on from the Greenwich Meridian? No. A coordinate in the sea. This is the answer we're looking for. You can see because 0 degrees north or south, 0 degrees east or west. It's a coordinate that meets in the sea, somewhere in the sea, somewhere around Western Africa, West Africa. So yeah, that's where you that's a coordinate where you that's where you find it. Okay, international deadline. So the international deadline, we go back, continues from the Greenwich Meridian. We know the Greenwich Meridian is the most important line of longitude, which is the 0 degrees north. So the line that continues from the Greenwich Meridian is what we refer to as the international decline. So our answer is A. Large scale maps. So large scale maps, what do they do? A and B, we have already used them. So we're going to say representing long distances on a map. Show lots of detail. So of course, so our answer there is D. Large scale maps, they show lots of details. So our answer is D. Small scale maps, they show like just a few details because they show us a large area of land on a small piece of paper. Okay, then number 1.4, cardinal compass points. So when we talk of cardinal compass points, we are talking about north, south, west, and east. So our answer is E. Then we move on to 1.5, which is scale. So a scale, our answer is C, representing long distances on a map. So it's representing long distances on a map. So a scale is used on the map so that we can show distance. Like for example, we cannot use like um a 30-kilometer paper. So a map tries to squeeze everything on the like on a small piece of paper. So for us to be able to represent those distances, we need to use a scale, which means that we say 1 centimeter on the map can represent something like maybe 100 kilometers on the ground. So that's a scale. We are trying to represent the actual distance on a small piece of paper. So we have to use a scale. Okay, So that's it with the multiple choice. Let's move on to question number 2. Say whether the following statements are true or false. If false, correct the statement. So the first one is the 66.5 degrees north line of latitude that lies between the equator and the North Pole is the Antarctic Circle. So this is what? This is false. This is actually false. Rather, it is the Arctic Circle. So on our global map, we have the equator at the center. Then on the 66 degrees, what, that is like on the south, that's the Antarctic. But on the north is the Arctic. Is the Arctic Circle. So, okay. Lines of longitude can also be called parallels. This is again false. Why are we saying so? The lines of latitude, of longitude, they meet on the north and the south pole, like this. They meet. Rather, it is the lines of latitude that are also called the parallels because they never meet. So it's lines of latitude. So it is the lines of latitude that are also called parallels because lines of latitude, they never meet. The equator being one of them, so they never meet. Okay, the next one. A world map is an example of a small scale map. So in question 1, we talked about a large scale map, and we said a large scale map gives us more details. It gives us more details. So now here they are saying a world map is an example of a small scale map, and this is true because remember the world map, yes, all the continents and all the countries on a small piece of paper. So definitely it will not give us a lot of details. So our answer there is true. The scale of a map is either given as a word scale or a line scale. So again, that's true. So it can be a word scale or a line scale. A line scale looks like a ruler. Then a word scale, it can be like 1 centimeter on the map represents like maybe 10 kilometers of the ground. So yeah. Let's move on to question 3. It's again multiple choice. Write down only the letter of the answer that you have chosen on the answer table. Example 3.1D. So when giving 3.1, when giving a coordinate, which of these is possible? Giving the A, west position first followed by the east position. So this cannot be because it's just giving us the longitude, no latitude, so it's not. B, north position first followed by the south position. This cannot be because it's just giving us the lines of latitude only, of which when you're showing a coordinate, you have to give us both the longitude and the latitude. So which one do you start with? C, north position first followed by the west position. This can be. Then, no, let's see. North position first followed by the west position. Of course, okay, we have the latitude and the longitude there. And then east position first followed by the north position. So normally you give us the latitude first followed by the longitude. Followed by the longitude. So our answer here is C. So we are going to go and write C on the space that we were given. Then next, if we had to cross over the international deadline, you will be in a different place. Definitely, you'll be in a different place. Then B, you will be in a different time zone. C, time will stop. D, the weather will change. So here, if you look at it, these answers, they are there to confuse you, some of them. But what you know is the relationship between the international deadline and everything else is mainly time, is time. So if you're going to cross over the international deadline, you'll be in a different time zone. Like, especially if you're coming from the east and you're going to the west, the date will actually change. If on the eastern side the date was Wednesday, the day was Wednesday, then if you cross over to the other side of the international deadline it will be Tuesday, because the western side is um like behind in terms of time to the eastern side. So our answer is B there. So we are going to say B. Okay. I don't know what happened there. 3A we had said C. So let's put C. Okay, then the next one, 3.3. The following information can be found in an atlas. What is an atlas, by the way? An atlas is a book of maps. It gives us different types of maps. So number one, A, various kinds of maps. That is correct. Information about the provinces. Of course, we can find information about provinces because we'll be having provincial maps. Then rivers and mountains around the world. Of course. So our answer there is D, which means all of the above. So D. 3.4. If the distance on a map is 3.5 centimeters, and that on the and that is 350 kilometers in real life, then the scale of the map is. So distance on the map is 3.5, and then that distance is equal to 350 kilometers. What does it mean then? It means that if we can just divide, if we divide this one like 350 by 3.5, 3.5 is just the same as 3.5. Our answer there will be 100 kilometers. So that's what it means. So we divide by 3.5 so that we get 100 kilometers. So our answer will be 1 centimeter is equal to 100 kilometers. Yeah. So that's how you go about it. So generally, that is what I had for you today. Let's meet in our next adventure.